Here's a secret from Arm & Hammer for fresh-smelling cat litter.
My name is Joanne. I have 2 kids, 3 cats, and I just tried Arm & Hammer Ultra Last cat litter, and it's been amazing. This litter is magic. It has just made my house smell cat-free.
Ultralast has powerful odor destroyers, plus every granule is coated with baking soda to give you longer-lasting odor control, even if you miss a scoop.
I'm definitely switching, and thanks to Arm & Hammer Ultra Last, I can have my cats without the litter box smell.
Switch today, be odor-free tomorrow.
You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's Hit the Floor After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Hit the Floor After Show.
Hey, wow. Okay, taking it back. What's going on, AfterBuzz TV? I'm your host, Alikona Bradford. Bing is for doing. Oh, we got some like dance moves going on. Get it, Nick? Bing is for doing, and today we are doing Hit the Floor just for you. And I am joined by some of the best hosts in LA. So please introduce yourself, starting with our lady.
Hey guys, I'm Laila Sadny.
What's up, guys? Nick Perdue.
What's happening? I'm Marky Allen.
And I already introduced myself. I'm Alikona Bradford with a nice Backstreet Boys introduction. Thank you very much to our engineer over there. And thank you to the courtesy dance moves from Nick Perdue.
And for lending us your iPod, Nick. Thank you.
Yeah, that was awesome. All right, so let's talk about the show because there was a lot of drama. I mean, there's always a lot of drama, but this time it was extra juicy.
It was good.
Yeah. The first thing I want to talk about, I love that Ahsha's finally starting to call the shots. Her stance that she's taking with her mother for such a long time, she's kind of been the good little girl and let her mom tell her what to do in the sense of, you don't need to know about whatever, I'm going to lie to you. And now she's gotten to a point where she's so angry that she's like, you know what? I'm not going to talk to you until you can tell me the truth. Quit sugarcoating it with I love yous. Tell me what's up.
Yeah, last week she learned how to be sexy. This week she's putting her foot down.
Yeah. Yes.
More and more from Ahsha.
She's growing up.
The evolution of Ahsha.
She has some hair on the chest now, so it's good.
Ooh. Is that what you like?
No, I guess
figurative.
I know. I'm just
Theoretically. Okay. Moving on.
And when we're watching all this, the only thing I keep thinking is what really happened? Like, could it be that bad that you don't want to tell your daughter the truth? Obviously.
Yeah, you're okay. Okay. First of all, I just have to say, I'm glad that we finally got to see Kimberly Elise cry because that's her thing. That's her go-to. That's her Emmy nom. That's what like she gets in deep and gets a little lip quiver. Oh. That right there makes for good TV.
Absolutely.
So I'm glad we got to see that midway through the season, which is kind of exciting.
Yeah. Well,
and
I was to say it's been such a huge secret this whole time that it's been something that's kept me involved in the show, but at the same time it's also kept me a little bit annoyed with the show because I'm like, just spill the beans. Like, what happened?
She was a hoe. That's basically what it was.
No, that's not. Her best friend was.
She was partying all the time.
Yeah,
she's partying.
She was a hoe.
No. She was just saying that she was getting involved in drugs. That has nothing to do with opening your legs.
Exactly.
Yeah,
she was like, I was in hotel rooms. I can't tell you the number.
Out.
Yeah.
I thought she just meant she did drugs and she blacked out.
Well, what happened?
Okay.
Come on. What happens when that happens?
No, she was she said that Dean Cain was her drug. She was addicted to him. If you're addicted to him, why would you be sleeping around?
Because he was sleeping around and she couldn't get to him. So the next best thing is Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Yeah.
Okay, well then how does she know that Tom, Dick, and Harry aren't the father of Ahsha?
She doesn't.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, if that was, Dean Cain was her gateway drug.
There you go. There you go. But honestly, I didn't see that one coming. I really didn't. I mean, I know that obviously when you're a basketball player, you're living the life. He was probably getting around. But when it came to Sloane's character, I thought, they talked about a relationship and loving each other. I thought maybe
she was getting around too.
Yeah. That was a little disappointing.
And Dean, Coach B was Derek. But
he was.
Well, you know, the 80s was crazy time.
Yeah.
But I guess it's just weird to hear about him being that type of person and now seeing him as this father figure who's trying to get to know his daughter, which was a little bit awkward. It was sweet,
cute.
though. It was really sweet.
It's always awkward. I think it's always going to be awkward, especially now since like she knows that he was like a Rolling Stone for real.
Right.
That, you know, it's just going to be like, okay, like you probably have something. Like I don't want to catch
she wanted
it.
to get to know him, and then she found all that out, and she's like, I don't want anything to do with
Right.
you, which is understandable.
But that whole conversation in the beginning of the episode, I thought was sweet. You know, it was awkward and weird, and then when they finally decided, like, on a date, it did kind of feel weird, like a date, not like a, you're my dad and I'm your daughter. It was, I don't know. Did anybody else get that vibe?
Yeah.
I didn't really get that vibe.
Oh.
Like, I know, because I was watching, I was okay. He's just awkward because I feel that he's been away for so long, you know, and then now, like, seeing Ahsha, like, as a woman, essentially, you know, and he's like, okay, like, how can I play this without being too, because he doesn't want to push her away.
Yeah,
Right.
you
You
know,
know, exactly. Like, this is his one chance, and it's such a delicate situation right now that any wrong move that he does, because he knows his past. You know, there's okay. Well, how much does she know? What did her mother tell her? I don't. You know, so like he doesn't know how to play it. So that's why he's treading on eggshells essentially.
Yeah.
Which I was gonna say, it leads to me a funny scene because guys are so, no offense, love you guys, but guys can be a little bit clueless sometimes, and they're like tunnel vision. So he's over here talking to Raquel, getting advice.
Amazing
Clearly,
scene. Amazing scene.
Clearly, we know he's talking about his daughter, but to Raquel, it obviously seems like he's talking about a woman he's got a love interest
But
in.
is that his fault or is that Raquel's fault for assuming?
His fault.
No, it's her
Yes,
fault.
It is.
It's her fault.
He's
because
talking
she is
about her like she's a
assuming.
woman of his desires.
Oh no, she and you know what happens when you assume.
You make an ass out of you and me.
So you know.
I want to shout out to the writers though. That was a brilliantly scripted
It was.
thing, because that's something we all go through, or we see that a lot. Or that's, I mean, I'll play that card. You know, talking to a girl like, hey, you know, hey, I'm just trying to. But
Okay, when you do have that, say when you're having that conversation with a girl, have you ever had that conversation with a girl that you liked, and you're just trying to get to know her, and you ask her about another female, like, why would you do that?
Well, no, I wouldn't ask her about another female, but I could use the same words he was using, meaning her, you know. But I would be, but obviously I would know that I was, you know, trying to get at her. Yeah.
Oh.
Where he, like, I guess he's not that smooth. He probably wasn't back in the day.
Yeah, he lost
He lost his game. But it's funny. It's almost like he still has it. Like he's using the same stuff he used to use. Now he just doesn't realize he's even using it.
Right.
Because it worked on Rock.
It's so automatic. It's so automatic. He's firing on all cylinders. He has no idea what's going on. She's over here. Okay, well, let's just go in the back for 15 minutes. Let's go knock this thing out. But
He's like, what are we gonna do back there?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, but then at the same time, too, I feel like he's not directly trying to get at Sloane, but there's still a remnants of emotion there. I don't know if you guys
he's
felt
very
it all.
forgiving too. That was, well, I guess everybody has to be forgiving in these dynamics that they're throwing at us. But yeah, just
It was almost a really sad scene to watch when they were at the auction charity, and I keep on calling Dean Cain.
Well,
Pete
that's his name.
Pete Davenport walks up to Sloane, and he's so giddy and just like, guess what? We're gonna have dinner, and she's like, you know, she just got shut down by her daughter twice.
Yeah.
That was really sad. I heard a awe somewhere from the back. I guess it didn't come up on the microphone. But anyway, I don't know. That's my opinion about all that. Let's talk a little bit about German and Derek and Jelena.
This guy.
Jelena's a little dirty. She's a little skeezy.
I just want to smack that girl, honestly.
Okay, now can I say this real quick? Because right after you said that, right? Because I was on Twitter and I'm reading through the tweets, and so people are going in on Logan Browning because she plays Elaine on the show. And I'm looking, I'm like, dude, like they really hate her. Like
she's
with
doing
the
a good job.
passion. Exactly. Like her acting is so on point that people are like, I want to slit this chick. Like it's nuts.
And I really truly hope she is taking that as a compliment.
Yeah, she should. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, she's
so any day now she's gonna be at the grocery store, like Charlotte said, and gets a milk dumped on her head.
See?
Any day now.
Oh my God.
You just celebrate. Yes.
I did.
That's like
another actress.
But it's just nonstop with Jelena.
Yeah.
Just one thing after another.
Yes.
after another.
Well, you know,
addictive.
I was kind of wondering where she was going with everything because, you know, the last episode we saw her finding out the contact information of German and she's got this videotape, but she's just slowly making her move, you know, like hopping next to him at that, what was it, the high school event?
Yeah,
Talking about, you know, Derek, first of all, the fact that she introduced the two of them, and I'm thinking, how humiliating, right? Because here's German, like, I'm a big fan, and we had the greatest, whatever he said, defense or point guard or whatever. And he's like, yeah. And then all of a sudden, he walks away and it's like, skirt. Just so you know, he was coaching your girlfriend while she was in a string bikini at his mansion. Blow to the ego hard.
Yeah, but he kind of like, he got mad for a second, then he realized, because he's so forgiving and such a nice guy, German. But now he's going to have to put his foot down too, because
Derek's working his way in.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Derek would do that, because it seems like he's always had respect for her wishes and whatnot. Like he would throw a game at her. Well, no, he would throw a game at her, but then he would, be like, I respect that. Here's a ticket for the show for your boyfriend.
I respect you. I'm gonna drop my towel right in front of you so you can catch a look at me through the mirror.
That's just natural.
Still behind her back. That was still.
There was a mirror in front of her.
It's like I'm
Come on, right? But you know what? She could be doing more to push him away. I'm sorry.
She could be.
Did you see the look in her? Okay, I know I'm jumping all over the show, but when they finally do the charity dance and he's giving her the dirty dancing, let me look in your eyes and romance you and touch your waist, right? She's trying real hard to act like she doesn't like it, but you can see the corners of her mouth starting to turn up, like she wants to smile, but she's trying so hard not to.
Yeah, and her boyfriend's watching. In the front row. Come on, I mean.
What are you doing? First of all, you don't need to be doing all those little twirly twirls.
Yeah.
Just, first of all, my thought was, why aren't you looking at his neck? Why are you looking at him in the eyes? It's a dead giveaway.
Looking at his neck, because that's awkward.
I would look at his chest. His head would be here, and I go, oh my God, my boyfriend's watching me. Oh my God, just look at his tie. Not let me look into your eyes and give a dead giveaway that I'm kind of attracted to you, but I don't know how I feel about you. And then here's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Ouch. And then to make it worse, Jelena's boyfriend names a restaurant after her for her anniversary. And there's a brief second, I don't know if you guys caught it, but you see German's face and he kind of looks a little disheartened. And I feel like it's because he could never do that for Ahsha.
Yeah, I saw that. I noticed that.
I think his face throughout the whole thing, like from the beginning of the dance, was when he found out how much the bid was, and you saw just kind of like his spirit just deflate. You saw in his eyes and his whole face, is like his stomach just sunk, and he's like, "Oh my God,
I should have got that tux."
Exactly.
That's the ego.
And I feel like the writers are really emphasizing the fact that he is a high school coach and he doesn't make a lot of money, because they talk about how he can't afford a nice suit. But he splurged on a tie, and he's making comments about the $40,000 bid for the tickets to the game or whatever.
All-Star game,
That's what he makes in a year, more than what he makes.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too. Like he kind of sees when Terrence went up there and did the whole restaurant thing for Jelena, he kind of sees that his world is kind of slipping away, or that these people are coming together. And even though you're not supposed to date dancers and ball players. But he's starting to see his world kind of like he's not even relevant anymore. He's starting to feel that little by little.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's out of his range.
Yep. He's got to tighten up his game.
It's out of his wage, as you can say.
But you know what? Okay, as all this restaurant stuff is going on, I mean, I had a feeling Terrence had something up his sleeve. I honestly thought he was going to propose or something.
Me too.
But what I thought about when that happened, because I'll be honest, I'm a girl, so I'm watching and I'm like, oh my God, that's so sweet. Let me not cry.
Such a great
no, I started to water for a second, I'm not going to lie. But all I could think about is, you have this wonderful man, right? He's doing all these things for you. Are you that bored? Why do you feel the need to meddle in other people's lives, their romances, their everything, when you have so much with you?
I feel like she's like one of those people that's just never happy, and she's just nonstop, like, she has something majorly wrong with her. I don't know. Because she has this awesome boyfriend, like you said, and I don't know.
But I think that this restaurant thing could slightly change her, because like you kind of saw it in her face, like, oh my God, he did all this for me.
Yeah.
I should probably
stop being
pay more attention to her. Let me stop being this AH and be. Pay more. Yeah, you'll
pay
figure
attention
it out.
to our
Oh my God, what is that? AH? Anybody else? Clueless?
No.
Yeah, let me stop being this Ahsha Hayes. And no, but like once that realization hits that she has a good boyfriend, she'll probably spend more time with her boyfriend than meddling in other people's business. Then like they can really make something.
You know what, though? But I feel like this was the first time we saw her vulnerable to him, because even before the restaurant thing came up and they had their anniversary and she was sitting in bed or something and they were having the conversation, he's like, oh, meetings, meetings, meetings. And she actually did look sad when he was brushing her off. You know, and I will say she looked really pretty without her makeup on. I mean, she had, lash or whatever, but it was nice to see her fresh face.
She has a very beautiful, fresh face.
It's just hard being that attractive. I think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, it's really,
Doesn't matter what you do. You could fall in a pile of mud and she'd still be beautiful. Her eyes would peek through and just
that might
look
be
gorgeous.
the dance scene next
That's
week.
what it is.
Dance scene.
Yeah. But, I was getting a little irritated with her. Because the thing is, too, it's not just the boy thing, but also it's the let me keep Ahsha from taking my role as the head honcho, if you will. And they made reference to Mia, what was the lady talking to Charlotte, to
She was
Oliver,
the lady helping out with the benefit. I don't think they
Olivia, thank you.
mentioned her name, but she was helping out with the
Yeah,
benefit.
they were talking about the outfit.
Right.
As far as bidding it off, a lot of fans have been emailing about her. They really miss her. I really thought she was going to be the next Jelena. And I thought, oh, that's probably why she's not here. You know? And then again, they brought up the uniform.
Yeah,
and
the search for it.
Yeah, and I still think that Ahsha's the one who has the actual uniform from episode 2 when she wore it home. But I really was, at the end of the show, I'm like, they're going to find the cocaine in the outfit.
So it's a microphone, right? So if it's a microphone, they basically want to hear the information that whoever was wearing that, Mia, right?
Yeah.
Right. She's a spy.
She's an undercover.
She's a secret
devil
agent. See, she's
Maybe
not. She's
an
not
angel.
a prostitute.
Maybe she's an angel.
What?
No.
Huh?
Was that
Charlie's
one like
angel?
the
Angel's double.
AH2? Was that the one?
Oh, Baba.
Eventually, you should get some.
Filled with.
It's so slow. So slow.
So what do you think is
sad.
going on inside that organization that she was wearing a microphone?
I don't know, and I'm still wondering if somehow at one point in time she was teamed up with the owner of the Devils, the older gentleman, and something went awry. I'm not quite sure.
Extortion or something, or maybe
Right,
like,
smuggling. We still don't know what happened. That big envelope of money that was in Jelena's possession.
Yeah.
That Raquel gave to her. So I don't
These
know.
unanswered questions.
I don't know.
We want to know.
See,
Right?
but the nice thing is that this is just halftime right now.
Yeah, this is true. This is very true.
The end of the 5th episode, so we're really encompassed in what's going on. Know, so they got 5 more episodes to kind of this is how we're gonna end this thing.
And amidst all the drama, there's always that one character that is the comic relief, and it is our favorite.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
She stole the episode.
Amazing.
She was a great
stole that.
auctioneer, by the way.
Yeah.
Can I get 100, 200, 100? I was like, what? I like the way she also worked Olivia, too. At first she kind of planted the seed, like, I'm capable of this. Dude is a big snore on stage, and then right when Olivia's where she wants her, take the role. Actually, what's she saying? Like, I want your Hollywood.
I want your H-list.
team.
Yeah, your H-list.
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah.
She can work girls. She works Akon.
Right? Right?
Yeah.
The dude in the wheelchair that can walk.
Did he die?
I don't
I think
know.
so.
Checking his breath with a mirror.
I was actually kind of surprised because I thought if Akon was there was bound to be some sort of musical performance, but there really wasn't.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
He's just balling out of control.
Yeah.
He has a diamond mind, so he really doesn't.
Does he?
music
But does he
anymore.
really in
He
real
really
life?
has. No, he seriously has a diamond mind.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
me too. Yeah, I just don't know.
know.
But I like the way she made reference to that then. Would she say something to him from the distance? Something about, she slapped her butt and said something.
Oh, yeah, smack that.
You could smack that. Yeah.
Oh, reference to the song. Get it. Good job, writers.
There we go.
I'm slow all night long. All night long. But in relevance to music, I will say I liked the song selection, kind of a small detail, but they were playing Usher. And God, what is that song called? Can you guys help me out for a second?
I don't know the Usher song.
But they were playing it right when Dean Cain and Ahsha had their conversation when she comes up to him and he's like, hey, I was thinking we could go to Jelena's restaurant, blah, blah, blah. He's super stoked. And she's basically telling him, I know who you are. I know who your past is, and I don't want anything to do with it. At least before I could fantasize about how great you were. But now that I know the truth, forget it. I'm done.
Yeah.
And
I'm
then
back on
here's
Mom's
the
team.
gosh, I wish I could remember the Usher song, but it basically climax.
That's what.
That was
Okay.
kind of
Yes.
And then they played Jason
Yeah.
Derulo right before that.
Yeah.
Had some good stuff.
I just thought it was kind of a clever little,
Yeah, no, it was definitely good. And then one thing, can we go back really quick to the beginning of the episode? And so, when Ahsha came home to gather some more of her things, I think again this kind of shows Sloane opening up a little more. Saying, hey, I saw you on TV. They got like a real good close up of you doing. I forgot what the move was.
Something
whatever.
pancake body roll.
Yeah, I brought it pancake chug body with the body roll. I'm like,
I was like, what is that?
what is that?
Some cheerleading term or whatever.
Starving.
Some devil girl. Yeah. So, but that shows you though that she's definitely coming around. To
she has to.
supporting her daughter.
She's so ashamed.
Especially now.
Do you think that's why she named her Ahsha? Because she was so ashamed.
Wow.
That's terrible.
Wow.
I'm digging deep right here.
Not you.
Yeah, okay, so.
Where's that?
I was going to say, but that goes along with what we were talking about. Ahsha now having the upper hand. You see her mom vulnerable. She's no longer the defensive, strong, independent mother woman. She's trying to earn her way back into her daughter's life. And having to recognize her talent and her this and her that, that's all included in being a devil girl.
But, I mean, really, like, especially after the bathroom scene, like, can you blame her for not wanting Ahsha to get into this crazy world?
No, I can understand that. I really can. However, they're not the same person, and it's a different time of... It's been years. Who's to say it's the same way that it was before?
I say it's the same.
We see. Okay, never mind. I guess
it's
Kobe,
worse.
have we? Shaq. I mean, I'm just naming Lakers right now, but Derek Fisher. I'm throwing people under the bus right now. You don't want to know. But it's definitely, if not worse, but it's the same. And the thing is too, it's like it's not even the players anymore. It's the girls, it's the groupies, especially now because with this ratchet lifestyle, and like with the Basketball Wives on TV and the Real Housewives, so girls see this. Okay, having women on TV aren't even wives, but they're still reaping the benefits like a wife. So all I got to do is possibly just have a kid, this and that, yada yada,
right?
And then they're set up for life. You know what I mean? So being a professional athlete now, I think it's tougher than I mean, it's probably like. And you got Molly's now, you got crazy stuff now, So it's, I think if it's not the same, it's a tad bit harder. And everything's on social media, so, like, it's tough.
I can agree with that, but in relevance to Pete Davenport, you would have lied the entire time about who the father is, regardless of if he's the coach or if he's not the coach. Or lie about the fact that she said he was a one-night stand. Why couldn't she could have left him nameless, but been like, hey, there was a man. I was in love with him, deeply in love with him. And when Ahsha's old enough to be like, unfortunately, your father wasn't faithful, and that's why I walked away. That's all you have to say.
But she loved him.
So what does that have to do with him being unfaithful? It's the truth.
Well, I think it's just the whole thing. It went up in a whirlwind. She's, probably had this idea to keep it from her, and then, just.
Well, yeah, and then she didn't think that she was gonna be a devil girl. She didn't think that Pete was gonna become a coach. So it's kind of like like the it's like worlds colliding when because she probably worked to keep all these things separate, and then all of a sudden it's like everybody's put in this mixing pot. So now she has to call an audible and try and figure this thing out. I'm
the
just
whole like full
saying.
circle thing, like things always.
I feel like the biggest shocker. We obviously found out last episode that Olivia had slept with Pete. But when she had said that she walked in on, Sloane said she walked in on her best friend.
Yeah.
Okay, now I understand. That's why you don't want to talk to her. Every time Olivia's trying to apologize, but we were friends.
She felt so bad. But
BICTH.
Check this out, though. So if Ahsha goes into the bathroom, comes out, kisses her mom on the cheek, and now they're best friends again, and she goes to Mr. Davenport and says, hey, I don't want to deal with you anymore. What's she gonna? She doesn't know it's Olivia yet. She said her best friend, but she doesn't know that.
Ooh, respect factor down.
Yeah. So now what's gonna happen with that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Trade her to the Clippers.
But at the same time, I get that she's been with her mother her whole life, so obviously her loyalty is to her mother. But there's always two sides to every story.
Yeah, and everybody changed since those times. For the most part.
Why are you smiling like that?
I'm watching like the fans at home right now because you guys are putting this thing together.
Oh. I'm just saying.
You guys are putting this thing together. This is good. I said, oh, okay, all right. No, I mean, you know what it is? I really feel that there's like there's gonna have to be a fight. That's what it's gonna come down to. It's gonna come down to a fight. There's gonna be a female fight, and there's gonna be like a male fight, and there's gonna be hair pulling. Someone may even get shot. I don't know.
Who's the fight gonna be in between?
I don't know yet. I'm just throwing stuff out there, but it's definitely gonna be a fight.
Quick question: Rick Fox's character, is that Oscar? Who is Oscar, the one who can't handle the charity events?
Oscar's
the owner.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Yeah. Is it Oscar or is it Oliver?
Oscar. It was Oscar because she just said something about. Excuse me, Olivia said something about Oscar not wanting to come to the charity events because after he sucked.
It's the owner. Yeah.
Oh. One-liner that I just wanted to bring up just because I thought it was funny when. Sorry, I totally just had a brain fart. I do apologize.
I have a one-liner too.
Kat's character is Dylan. There you go. Okay, so when Dylan gets on stage and she's
Cat's
the
character is Kyle.
Kyle. What did I just say?
Dylan?
Oh, see, don't listen to me. Don't listen to me, okay? But this is the story that I'm trying to say is when she's on the stage and she's talking about the charity event and she kind of pulls out of her butt, come on, y'all, like, give us more money. This is for the starving children in Africa with a cleft palate.
Yeah, she totally saved the day, too. She's so good, man.
Yeah. Needed that comic relief in that episode because it was so heavy. It was just like, she was great.
Absolutely.
There was, honestly, like I said, I feel like she really stole the episode. But and then when Sloane and Olivia were talking, and Sloane was saying, I need to talk to Ahsha, I need to give her the blow by blow. I think I swear to God,
Nice
that
choice of words.
was the best line in the entire episode. Like these writers are on something.
You think the writer was like, they're watching it back, he's like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, because someone's kind of like, he just slipped it in there, like, that's good. No, like,
that's funny.
That's
very appreciated. I'll put it that way. Definitely.
So if Jelena is this bad person, is there ever going to be a time where she cheats on her man?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's definitely coming.
Right?
I'm surprised actually it hasn't happened, to be honest with you, because she's just this non-loyal to me individual. But I feel like her boyfriend.
Maybe it's happened and we don't know it.
Yeah.
But almost when you see the dynamic between her and her boyfriend, I feel like he is her weakness. Her demeanor changes a little bit when she's around him.
Well, because I think lately she's been feeling that he is unappreciative anyways. So she's kind of like, if you feel like you're unwanted, it makes you want to make them want you more. So she's got everything else under control.
I can see that. I just feel like I see the little girl in her, if you will. The innocent little girl, nobody.
She kind of like, she's not as hard, around him. She drops her front a little bit. And
you almost want to like her.
Yeah.
And it was crazy, like, 'cause she has this face, okay? Because I think, like, she is probably one of the best faces, or face-making skills in the business, put it that way. She has a great face, too. But, because, like, she can have this look on her face, and it's just mean and just cunning, and in a split second, she could change it, and you're like, oh, my gosh, I feel sorry for her now. Like, just it kind of tones it down and everything, and it's real slight, and then you're like, okay. Like, I don't want to like you, but I kind of like you right now. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I think that he does that. Terrence definitely, like
soft spot.
he knows what her buttons are.
Right.
And so when you know what your girl, especially because they've been together for it's like over a year, that's safe to say, right?
Yeah, I think for a long time. I was watching something that there was an interview that the gentleman who plays Terrence, Robert Riley, was saying that they're like considered the king and queen of the entire, devil's arena, if you will.
Yeah.
So they're just like on their high. But also too, I'm wondering if he is considered the king, who is Derek? Second up? Or do you think he's actually as talented as, but the other guy just happens to be captain?
Well, he's younger too, right? Derek's younger.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Derek is younger. Yeah, so, but let's talk about that for a minute because we don't see any basketball. I understand that it's a dance show, but we saw like the last 30 seconds of the game. Like, come on, give us some basketball, maybe a pick up a game or something. Give me something so we can really kind of judge to see who the better player is. Because as of right now, I don't even know who would win in one-on-one.
Right.
I could probably beat them both one-on-one. I'm just throwing it out there. But, Terrence has been on the team longer.
Right.
And then so Derek comes in. Let's say he came in 2-3 years ago.
Right.
As a young gun, he's probably like, number one draft pick. Mm-hmm. And so, hot shot, this and that, yada, 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 still living that fast life. And so that's why, remember when they talked about it was either episode 1 or episode 2, to where he wasn't really that concerned with winning a championship yet because he hasn't been in the league long enough.
Right.
As of Terrence, it's probably been in, a good 7-8 years now. Doesn't have a championship.
Right.
He's like, okay, like I won a ring.
Right. He's obviously more mature.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I was actually thinking about that we don't see any basketball. To be honest, I'm not the hugest basketball fan, but it is such a significant part of the show that you would think
there'd be more.
Yeah.
At least practice or something.
Right.
Like drama.
I think there's also been so many other basketball shows in the past, so this one is focusing on the Devil Girls, so I guess they're...
That's true. That's true. No, but I get it. I just want some back. Like,
me
maybe
too.
like I said, pick up game in the park or something. Like give us, even if it's not the players playing. Like maybe we're at one of German's practices, and so there's still basketball.
We have not seen German at work at all. We haven't seen him coaching. We haven't seen his students. We haven't seen anything. What were you gonna say?
Do you think we're gonna see it?
Maybe. I would like to see a game between German and Derek, and I would like to see German win.
Yes, of course.
But I feel like they would write it otherwise.
Yeah, they're not gonna have.
He's having way too many blows to his ego right
If he
now.
walks onto the team.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. See, I would love to see him audition for the team. I would love to see them do another draft. Somehow he gets drafted and he gets to audition. I want to see all that. Or it's not called an audition for basketball.
It's a tryout.
There you go.
What if he becomes a assistant coach or something, right? Like what if so as opposed to a player, because he's already on the coaching staff for high school, so like you get him, he's like,
I'd be like,
assistant coach.
Yeah, because Ahsha was kind of talking to Pete when they were getting close that, you should talk to my boyfriend about defense. So if that actually were to happen. Yeah.
Well, if I was German and I became coach, I'd be like, yo, Derek, your legs look a little skinny. How about you do like 80 suicides now?
Stop looking at my girlfriend.
Right, exactly.
And Derek's like, nah, that's all right. I'm not.
Yeah, he's like, nah, I'm not.
No respect. No respect. Let's talk about Derek just a little bit more. I mean, we talked about the dance or whatever, but dude, seriously, like he's getting off on this. Not just because of Ahsha, but because of the boyfriend.
Yelena's kind of opening that door for him too. She's giving him the little push.
Oh, she gave him a shove,
Here
not
you
just a
go.
push, because he would have never thought to do that. And then how are you going to, okay, I'm looking at Jelena, right? Where's that $100,000 coming from? You just volunteered that out of his pocket?
Basically.
She's like, you got money, come on.
But because he can't say no. Like he was between a rock and a hard place, really. So she put down 100,000. He can't cross it out and put like 50,000 or like 25,000. You know what I mean? Because it's like once it's there, it's there.
Just scratch all of it off. How about that?
I mean, he could, but then it's also kind of like, okay, like, do you want to be that guy? Yeah, like, oh, you don't got it, So it's like, no, I'm, so again, it's all image and it's all part of. So he had to. Okay,
Yeah, and Mark Cuban gave 50 grand, and then Pete Davenport had to give 50 grand.
Okay, but you're saying he had to, but nobody knew his name was on the list yet.
Yeah.
Nobody was standing around the list as she wrote his name down, so nobody would have known if he
Ego.
scratched it off. He could have had some morale and been like, you know what, this is not the right thing to do. Her boyfriend's here. I'm not going to participate. So
I thought he would do that.
It's just a dance, like you said though. Like it's not like they're. What? It's a dance.
No, man.
It's just a dance. Let me put you in the air and slowly glide you down my big muscly chest and stare into your eyes.
He did a little extra, but I mean, like the whole idea of it, it's two people dancing in front of a whole bunch of people. So like the idea
and she was
of
the
it.
highest bid. Like winning the dance with her was like the big thing of the night. So it's even more of like a slap in the face.
But okay, thank you. But the dance, like I said, the dance wasn't like, hey.
It wasn't speaking.
But that's what it could
Let me
have been.
twirl you. And then at one moment he's grinding behind her with his face all in her neck, breathing on her.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like I didn't think he would do that in front of the dude.
The boyfriend.
And with like the hands on the hips, and then he went lower.
Yeah.
And then she put him back up, and there was no like laugh from the audience where it's like, that's funny that he did
Right.
that. It was just like a awkward.
If I were her, I would have been like, can we get a faster song, please? Faster song?
Germans doing push-ups in the
Right.
I mean, I don't think it was that bad. I'm gonna play both sides of the fence. Okay, for German, it was terrible. Like it was probably one of the worst things. Besides like him like walking in on them or something. Then like this was probably like right there. But for Derek. Who cares? Like he's like in his mind, he's like, who cares? And at the end of the day, your boyfriend is a high school basketball coach. I play in the NBA with one of the top teams, top player. People love me.
Right. He's like, I poop money, whatever.
So, so like he has no,
But I thought if he really does want something, and we saw that he was so alone before, if he's being so disrespectful to the relationship they're in now, how does Ahsha know that he's not going to just do that once they're together?
She doesn't. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah. It is.
You know what I don't understand about Derek's game? I get, you were saying in one of our AfterBuzz shows that he's got this image to uphold, and that's why he's got the million bajillion girls around him. But again, when you're trying to get with another female, it doesn't entice me when I see you with 3 females in your bedroom. That doesn't make me think I want you. There's just a safe distance you could have kept him, and I feel like he just, I don't know.
She wants to change him.
But again, you're like you're not a groupie. And so, because like there's women out there who see these people with other women, like okay, like they're like, okay, I'm gonna do better than her. And so they're gonna up the other girl. Exactly. And so especially like, to be honest with you, a lot of these, I'm not gonna name names, but a lot of these players don't have any game, right? And so they get the tables, they get this, and then so like a lot of times like their boys get the girls for them, and they're just there, just enjoying all of it, because all these girls want to meet these players anyway. So like they're just living the life essentially when they really have terrible communication skills. And so like if he was to, well, Derek is a little exception, but if they were to talk to a girl straight up, it would be super awkward, like how Pete is right now.
Wait, okay, have you witnessed this firsthand?
I have, yeah.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah. I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to have my tire slashed. Forget that. I still got to live in LA.
Okay, but then at what point, when you actually have this encounter with a female, you do have to talk, you do have to communicate. Yeah. Then what?
You bring up basketball.
Exactly.
Basketball. I got lots of money, yo.
Yeah.
Basketball, the nice watch, the money, the house, the car. Oh, I just bought this car. We're going on a trip to Italy. That like they just talk about just material possessions, and these type of girls enjoy that. Like, oh, okay, da, da, da. A lot of times these girls are airheads anyway.
I would say, because for me, I'd be like, that's awesome and all, but you have the personality of a doorknob, so we can't communicate. I gotta go.
And it's not all of them, obviously.
No, it's not all of them. But okay, I'm not.
You know what? Okay, but let's talk about the inner workings of Derek. Let's go back to Derek. I know he's such a hot topic, or at least for me, because of the fact that I want to know more about his cocaine habit. Talking about all these drugs and stuff like that. He's the only one that we've seen. Although we only see him and Terrence. We don't really see any other players.
Right.
We don't see them interact.
We don't really see any other players, do we?
Isn't that weird? That's weird.
It is weird.
We see all the Devil Girls.
Yeah.
Well, we get to see them in the gym and stuff when they came into practice. It'd be those two dudes and then with the other guys
we saw,
them.
And then at the pier, we saw like 3 other dudes.
But they're not
but as a player, aren't you homies with your other players? The only 2 we see are those 2.
But the show's not about them. Okay. The show is
why we don't
about
see
the girls.
basketball.
Yeah, that's why we don't see basketball. The show's not about them. You're just a hired extra. Listen, stand here, put the jersey on, bounce the ball, you'll be all right.
True. I wonder if they have the basketball auditions for this show.
Probably just a look. Yeah. That's probably all it is,
Well, obviously one of our stars plays basketball, though.
Yeah.
But we don't get to see him shoot.
But he has, he has speaking lines though. He's like actual regular and because he shot the ball twice, right? Yeah. So
Yes.
You got to I don't know.
I guess. Well, I want to get into. I know is there anything that we've missed that you guys want to bring up? Because I kind of want to talk about the future.
Yeah, not really.
I think we have.
Okay, didn't mean to cut you guys off so abruptly, but why don't we get into some news, and then from there we can talk about our predictions.
Word. Let's do it.
Oh, our sound effects have.
There we go.
I was gonna say, I'll make them for us.
Soundboard's weird.
Okay, so really, news. I don't have news and gossip, but what I do want to say is I want to apologize to some of our fans. If you've been tweeting with us, I know that we tweeted out tonight we were gonna have some special guests. Unfortunately, schedules didn't work out. But next week, our news is that we do plan on having 2 very special guests. So please, please, please make sure you tune in next week. You guys, I don't know if anybody here has some news about some of our stars.
I have some news, and I apologize because I didn't get the link, but I will get the link for you guys. There is a new Toyota commercial. It's a Toyota RAV4 commercial that stars Taylor Page, but she's playing her character, Ahsha Hayes, in the commercial. It's like a real quick 30-second commercial. I don't know if it's on TV, but I know it's online. So I'll get that for you guys, and we'll have it. We can play it next week.
Nice. Is she in her uniform, or what is this? Her being Ahsha? How do we know it's Ahsha?
Well, because she's talking about being a devil girl.
Oh.
And then but they have her like driving to set. So I don't like you see her like on a sound stage, like it says like stage 16 in the background. So I don't know if it's like her playing Ahsha or if it's Ahsha. I don't. But it's a decent commercial.
That's a cool concept, just in general. I like that.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Well, I want to talk. Were you gonna say something? Okay. I would like to talk about predictions because I think we can go in a lot of different directions with this. So if you guys caught the little synopsis of next week's episode, obviously there's going to be a blackout, and there's a lot of coupling up during this blackout so conveniently. So there's bound to be some hookups with all these good-looking people. Who do you guys think is hooking up with who?
Raquel and Pete.
Absolutely.
That's a definite though.
You think so?
Yes. I mean, she wants him.
He won't know that they're hooking up while they are.
No, you're good. He's oblivious.
That's funny.
Looking at the elevator scene, clearly, of course, Ahsha gets stuck in the elevator with Derek after she gets into an argument with her jealous boyfriend who has every right to be jealous. And it's such a dude thing to say because, they're bickering or whatever, and we hear the line of, okay, yeah, like, I want to have sex with you. So?
Yeah. Deal with it.
Right, deal with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think that they do it.
No, I don't either.
I think what happens is that they start and then something happens. It's like, wait, no. And then like when she's gonna let herself go, essentially, then like the power comes back on.
Or there's like a lady in the elevator that's pregnant, probably too.
She's about to have labor.
No, but I will say this though. Someone is going to be standing at the elevator door.
Yes. Yes. It's going to be German. It's going to be German.
No. I think it's going to be Jelena.
I think it's going to be German.
No, I think it's going to be German. This is what I think.
He's in the building.
Yeah, this is because we don't know if they went down any floors. They could have just gotten into the elevator.
They could have just gone down.
And then he could be waiting like, I'm so sorry. But this is what I think is going to happen. I think that they're going to go at it and there's going to be that kind of confrontation of, yeah, I want to have sex with you, blah, blah, blah. You're such an ass. Well, it's going to be so much tension, but that's what's going to turn into a stop, pause, and actually open up and let me get to know you.
Yeah.
I think that's when he's going to open up and actually...
I'm so lonely.
Yeah, just shares his true colors. And that's when she's going to see him in that moment and be attracted to him. And that whole Miss Fix-It thing might come along. And that's when the kiss will happen.
Yeah.
Almost.
And that's when the doors open and it's German.
Ooh.
I agree with all that stuff. I'm going to go even further because I know I was thinking, like, is Jelena going to cheat on...
Sorry.
Yeah,
I don't know, but didn't we see something with Mia too when the lights were off and and she said
it's Mia.
It's Mia. I don't know if that was edited funny, but
I think it was edited funny.
Oh, okay.
But
Sorry.
I think we might. I don't think we're gonna see her yet. Maybe 2 more episodes, but like going a couple more episodes as well. I think we're thinking if Jelena's gonna cheat on
Terrence with Derek.
Terrence.
I mean, not Derek.
I think it's obvious she's gonna do it with Derek, but it's not gonna happen. I see once Ahsha and them. I think it's gonna be German.
The lights, that's why now that I'm thinking
Eventually,
back.
yeah. And German's gonna be like, now what? But they're not gonna ever like. It's not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah. No. It's definitely not going anywhere.
Yeah.
No, but
it's gonna be getting back at Ahsha.
I feel like she's gonna force herself on him, and he'll be like, no.
Oh, well,
Okay. That's what I think.
And quickly, I want to talk quickly. If you guys are listening to us on iTunes or what, please rate, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff on YouTube as well. We love checking it out and getting back to you and hearing your feedback. So
yes.
Hit us up.
Lastly, I don't think we really got to hear your prediction, Nick.
I agree with everything you guys said.
No, you said something.
High five. All right, guys, so that wraps up tonight's show. Before we leave, we'll leave you with our Twitter handle so that way you can continue the conversation with us. So I'll start over here.
Hey, guys, you can find me on Twitter at Laila627.
Find me all over the internet at the Nick Perdue.
You can find me at Mark E. Allen, ALAN.
And you can follow me at Kiss My Passport, or you can just Google me, Alikona Bradford. So again, thanks for joining us, and we will see you guys next week.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.